Hello everyone and welcome to Oozi, Earth Adventure, which is something I've wanted to share for a while but could never do for a variety of reasons, but let's get into it now. So, Oozi's Earth Adventure, or Oozi Earth Adventure, or whatever you want to call it, is a 2D platformer with some incredibly tight controls. First of all, Oozi has a double jump, but it's possibly the world's best 2D platforming double jump. It's a very agile character. He can do a butt bounce, he can wall jump, and he can punch some things after he stuns them, but that rarely comes up. Can also grab onto hooks. A lot of really simple game mechanics that don't get too explored during the game's length, but aren't exactly unwelcome either. This is the final level of the game you're seeing right here, and you may notice that all of the platforming obstacles in this level are incredibly rudimentary and easy. It's a very simple, very easy game. This is the last level, like the final gauntlet. This is them bringing everything together, and it still comes across as baby's first 2D platformer. For some brief background about Oozi before we get too far into the simplistic game design, this was originally an X-Blig, and my cat just pissed all over my wall. Excuse me while I fucking deal with that. Right, so, as I was saying, Oozi, Earth Adventure, originally started as an X-Blig, but it gained some notoriety for being higher quality than the average X-Blig game and was eventually ported to PC. And there is unquestionably, if you're familiar with X-Blig, a higher level of polish and general quality standards here than was on display for most of the platform's life. But I didn't really like this game, and it wasn't because it's not functional, or that it controls bad or something like that. The controls are great, and the game design works. I just found the game design to be kind of insipid. It bears repeating that what you're seeing right now, these incredibly simplistic hazards, this is the final level. And at no point do you feel like you're in any danger of dying, unless you're running through the level so quickly out of boredom that you make easy mistakes. Or simple mistakes, I guess, is what I meant to say. And I felt like the game kind of lies in its marketing. It does say it's a good fit for all ages of gamer, which is accurate, but it also said that it is old-styled platforming and that it will bring back your childhood memories. Like the banner on the Steam page literally says an old-school platformer that will bring back your childhood memories. And it says it's suitable for all ages of gamer and has different difficulty modes for every age. I've played through this game on hardcore and normal, and all hardcore mode does is make you die in fewer hits, so I wouldn't say these simplistic hazards are really old school in any meaningful fashion, or that they should remind anyone of the retro days. But reviewers were like, yeah, this feels a lot like older platformers, and I wonder when was the last time those reviewers played an old 2D platformer from the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis era. Because they were not this friendly. This is a very friendly, very kind, very easy, relaxing, slow-going game. There's absolutely nothing about this, aside from maybe the art style, that feels even remotely like older 2D platformers. And to be fair to Oozi, this is a common thing with a lot of retro-inspired platform games where they claim to be like older platformers but are either far too easy to be like older platformers or are hard enough but include many features that older platformers did not. There's also the fact that the level design is so obstacle-focused and built like a linear gauntlet. It's very rare to see level design like this in an SNES or Genesis platformer. This is as linear gets, just about. It's very rare to be railroaded this much in an SNES and Genesis platformer, even if those games were very linear. But if you're looking for a very, very, very easy 2D platformer with easy bosses and easy obstacles and easy enemies that's linear from start to finish, like aggressively so, then Oozi's pretty alright. Just don't actually expect it to be anything like what the advertising is telling you it will be. I am also a little bothered by the fact that it advertises it has no puzzles, but will often introduce mechanics that appear in one or two levels for puzzle purposes and then get rid of them, such as introducing stealth mechanics for a couple levels and then getting rid of those, or bombs for a couple of levels and then getting rid of those. Again, I want to be clear, this game controls great. There's nothing really wrong with the game design, and it looks beautiful. It's just really, 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 really simple. Like, this is the final boss you're watching right now. This. So, like, if you want a game this simple, that's fine. And it's a good game for that. But if you're looking for an actual challenging game that requires thought or any kind of skill, this probably isn't for you. Oh, and in case you're wondering what those ghosts were that you were seeing, I don't know what those are. I have no idea. I don't know if they're other players. I don't know if they're previous playthroughs I did. I have no idea. But yes, this is a very colorful and okay game. It's just not old school in the slightest, in spite of what its advertising says, and there's nothing remarkable about it. And that's why it was hard to make a video on this for so long.